Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Accel World Meta English deck profile. This deck build runs 14 level 0s, 13 level 1s, 6 level 2s, 9 level 3s, and 8 Climax cards. First card we're going to take a look at is Summer Festival Utai. I'm running 3 copies. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your waiting room. And the second effect is when this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may reverse that character. So it's a level 0 bomber with a optional mill. So it's good to mill out your deck if you're low on Climax cards. So this is a very useful card. And one of the reasons why this deck is running such a low amount of zeros is for the level 3 combo. So we'll take a look at that closer later. For now, we'll just put this card back and take a look at the next card, which will be our Brainstormer. Our Brainstormer is the Gloomy Continents Kuryuki Hime. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your other avatar net characters, and that character gets 15 power until end of turn. The second effect is the Act Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest 2 of your characters. Reveal 4 cards from the top of your deck, put them into waiting room. For each Climax revealed, search your deck for 1 avatar or net character. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And then I'm running 4 copies of Silver Crow, the runner. Its ability is auto. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If that is an avatar or net character, you may move this card to an open position of your center stage. And then I'm running 4 copies of Full of Vigor, Chiuri. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 avatar or net character from among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and then put the rest into your waiting room. So it's just a Winter Moments effect. And then I'm running 2 copies of the 102K backup Kuryuki Hime card, Uneasy Feeling Kuryuki Hime. And then I'm running 3 copies of Dress Fluttering in the Wind Kuryuki Hime. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, this card gets X power. X equals to 500 multiplied by the number of avatar or net characters you have. The second effect is Auto Accelerate. At the beginning of your Climax phase, you may take a hit. If you do, until end of turn, this card gets 1000 power and the following ability. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can look up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 avatar or net character from among them, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. So this is a plus, I guess a combo, a plussing card without the need of a Climax combo. One of the things that make Accel World unique is the Accelerate ability. And then next up is 4 copies of the red level 1, Calming Sight Nico and Pato. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. All your other avatar or net characters get 500 power. And the second is auto. When you use Accelerate, choose one of your characters, and that character gets the following ability until the end of turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay 1. If you do, choose a character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So this deck has a salvage and kind of searching potential. So it's a lot of plussing possible in the deck, but does require reversing. And then I'm running 4 copies of Winter's Day Nico. It has 3 effects. The first is continuous. If you have another card named Calming Sight Nico and Pato, this card gets 500 power for each of your other avatar net characters. And second effect, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room. Third is Auto Accelerate. At the beginning of your Climax phase, you can take a hit. If you do, until end of turn, this card gets 1 level and the following ability. Auto, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may choose an avatar or a net character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So multiple ways of plussing, using either the yellow or red Accelerate abilities, and then using the Calming Sight assist in the back to help salvage more if needed. And then next up are the level 2 cards. I'm running 2 copies of the A Scene in the Summer Kuryuki Hime backup. When you use this card's backup effect, you can pay 2 stock. If you do, return all cards in your waiting room to your deck and shuffle your deck. This is just to help prevent any refresh point damage if you have the resources to pay for it, so that's good. And then it'll help you get your early play down too later. And then I'm running 2 copies of In the Heat of Battle You Tie. It has 2 autos. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put a card from your hand into the waiting room. If you do, choose a cost 0 or lower character on your opponent's backstage and put it into your opponent's waiting room. Second effect is when your other avatar net character attacks, this card gets 1500 power until end of turn. And I'm running 2 copies of A Scene in the Summer Paro. The first effect is continuous assist. All your level 3 or higher characters in front of this card gets 2000 power. Second is auto bond to competitive Scarlet Rain. Put a card from your hand into your waiting room bond. And then Scarlet Rain is the level 3 card that I'm running 2 copies of. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. This card gets X power. X equals to 1000 multiplied by the level of the character facing this card. And the second effect is auto. When this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an avatar or net character, deal X damage to your opponent. X equals to that character's level. So one of the reasons why I don't run event cards in this deck. And I kind of run a high level 2 count for that ping. And also for the Kuryuki Hime level 3 combo. But next card I'm going to take a look at is the three of the early plays. I'm running 3 copies. A Scene in the Summer Nico has 3 effects. If the number of climaxes in your waiting room is 2 or less, it gets -1 level, so you early play it. And when it's placed on stage, you can heal 1 damage. And the third is the climax combo. When this card attacks, if a card named Having Fun in the Summer is in your climax area, you can choose up to 1 character in your waiting room, return it to your hand until end of turn. This card gets 1000 power and the following ability. When this card's battle point becomes reversed, you may put that character on top of your opponent's deck. So I have like 2 kind of level 3 combos, but this is really you do at level 2 because the level 1 cards don't need climax combos to plus. You just use the accelerate ability. And then I'm running 4 copies of our finisher, Kuryuki Hime card, Bond of the Accelerated World, Kuryuki Hime. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal 1 damage. The second is when a card named Nega Nebulous is placed on your climax area. If this card is in your center stage, you can choose one of your other characters and this card, and until on the turn, those cards get 1500 power and the following ability. Auto. This ability activates once per turn. When damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room and deal X damage to your opponent. X equals to that card's level. So it gives everyone a on negate deal X, which is X equals the card that milled from the effect after the damage is cancelled. So those are the character cards. Usually try to get 3 copies of that on the board, but the final 8 cards of the deck are the climax cards. I'm running 4 copies of Having Fun in the Summer, which is the combo with the early play 3 Nico. And I'm running 4 copies of Nega Nebulous, which combos with the Kuryuki Hime level 3. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.